This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Interesting pack. So, John Arenicus is strong, for sure. Don't love the idea of playing blue, but you can splash it. Battlecry Goblin is excellent, just like it was in Forgotten Realms. It feels like a rare most of the time. The crazy thing about it is, like, no matter when you draw it, generally, it just does so much work, and it's pretty sweet. Lots of good commons here, too. We've got Blessed Hippogriff and Underseller Myconid and the Prowler and the Sepulchre Ghoul. These are all nice commons. You know, is John Arenicus good enough for us to take it here over Battlecry Goblin? I don't think so, honestly. Like, John Arenicus is really good, but man, this format is so aggressive that a card like Battlecry Goblin gets, like, extra points. So, okay, probably take the Wand. It is a little clunky, but it's also quite powerful. It gets better if we have a bunch of evasion. Grim Bounty's nice, too. Myconid, number 2. Okay, so Ambergris is crazy good. Like, speaking of uncommons that feel like rares, like, especially in a black deck, she is absolutely absurd. I don't know. Am I willing to say this is the best uncommon in the set? It's up there. I've been really impressed with it overall, and it's definitely what we take here. Okay. So, Skanos is pretty nice. He's not amazing, though, you know. Compared to Ambergris, who feels like a rare, he's not nearly as impressive. He is good, but, you know. I'm thinking I might just take improvised weaponry here. Kills a lot of things in the format, you know, like Battlecry Goblins and Ambergris. Gives you some fixing, even some reach. Okay, well, this is a great 2-drop, and when you already have a Battlecry Goblin, it gets even better. Basilisk isn't bad, but Hobgoblin Captain's probably just the best card in this pack anyway. Yeah, having 2 monitors while you stream is nice. I do have 2 monitors, but only one of them is actually large. The other one is actually pretty small. Okay, we'll take an Extraordinaire here. It's actually been a little disappointing overall. I thought this was going to be, like, amazing. And it's pretty good. I mean, it's hard to be bad when you start out as a 3-mana 2/2 that gives you a treasure, but it has been less powerful than I expected in terms of, like, that double strike ability. Okay, so here's an interesting pick. We've only got 1 non-red card so far. We could take Steadfast Unicorn here, which is quite good. And I think probably a little better maybe than the Rabble Rouser. But because red is so open, I think I'm just going to take the really good red 2-drop that I don't think is that much worse than the Unicorn. And there's probably even an argument that it's better. There's a Deadly Dispute here too, but let's take the red card. Yeah, red looks open, huh? So we've got a Gate, which is pretty good. Do I like it more than Warriors of Tiamat? I don't know. I've been pretty happy with the Warriors. Gets better if you have some dragon payoffs, but it's good in general. We're taking one of these, obviously. Gate to Tumble Down. Yeah, I think I like the Gate a little bit more. Like, their ability to search up a real card late is quite good. All right, we'll take a Fireball. It's not amazing removal, but I don't hate to run it. The Reckless Dragon guy that you're talking about, I don't, like, dislike it, but I don't think it's better than the Gate or whatever the other card was. I've already forgotten. Pseudo-Dragon Familiar, yeah, I mean, I'm more likely to play that than the other things in that pack. Don't like Thieves' Tools. We'll take a Sellsword. Take an Iron Golem. Oh, I do like... Yeah, the 4/2 Haste was the other one. That's what you're saying. Okay. Interesting. So this is quite powerful. Right now, black is our most likely secondary color, but that could change drastically given that we mostly stayed red in that pack. So, yeah. Astarion's pretty good. Sepulchre Ghoul, Pilgrim's Eye, another Warriors of Tiamat. These are all nice. You know, Soldiers of the Watch even. I think we'll take Astarion. I mean, we're so open still that we're just going to take the strong card. I mean, you know, that's what we have the luxury of doing. This isn't that great. You have to end up with the exact right kind of deck for it to do its thing, and you just don't often enough. Which is sad, because otherwise this pack's pretty mediocre. Haven't been that impressed with the Immolator. It's certainly playable, but I thought it was going to be better than playable. So, Valor Singer maybe? Not exactly what you want to be taking with a second pick. The best card in the pack is probably Owlbear or Hill Giant Herdgorger. I could just take one of them, because we still haven't really sorted out what we're doing. But Valor Singer's good enough that I'm just going to take it. Okay. There's another Unicorn. Another Gate. Also another Rabble Rouser. I think I just take the Rabble Rouser. Ooh, Ambergris number 2. Yes, please. Come on down. Hobgoblin Captain Wheeling would be cool. She is legendary, so that's a thing, but, you know. Okay, so now we have a Reckless Barbarian. What's our curve look like? Do we need 2s? We kind of do. It's still pretty early, but we only have 4 2s or 1s right now. I do like the Naga okay, but I guess we're just going to take the red card here. Maybe we'll just be mono red and splash, like, a couple of strong things. Okay, well then there's this pack. Okay, I think we take Guiding Bolt here. It's been pretty impressive overall. These black cards are okay, but like Horde Robber's not nearly as good here as it was in Forgotten Realms. It's still pretty good, but I think we'll take the Bolt here. Strong removal. Yeah, someone else has jumped in on red now, which I don't blame them. There was a lot of it going around. Steadfast Paladin's a pretty good 2-drop. Don't want the Stalwart, I don't think. Yeah, no. Looks to me like we're moving into white, and maybe we splash black. All right, we'll take a Naga here. Fireball's okay, but you really don't want too many of them. They're clunky enough. Creatures in the format are small enough that, yeah. Yeah, Valor Singer was a pretty nice little comment in Forgotten Realms, and it is here too. That's for sure. Yeah, it does seem like other colors are opening up a little more now. We got some really great red stuff while it was wide open, but now other people have moved in, it would seem. Don't really want a Dragon Orb. Or you come to Null Camp. I'm just going to grab a Herdgorger. Okay. Don't really want to play it, but it's passable top end if you need it. Earth Cult Elemental, that is. Jade Orb. Displacer Kitten's cool, but don't think, we're in the market for it right now. I do like Pegasus Guardian a lot. It gets better if you have treasure, and we have some. I guess we have a decent amount, actually, for this point. It's probably the pick here. It just does a ton of work. Becomes an engine in the later part of the game. The Rescue the Full part of the card has been pretty real, too. Otherwise, I would probably take yet another Rabble Rouser, which is pretty good, but I think we want the Guardian. All right, so strong black card here is tempting me a bit in Prowler, but there's also a Hobgoblin Captain, and I think we'll just take that. So yeah, we probably need more fixing if we're going to splash like both of these, the Wand and Astarion. Okay, treasure helps, and that is what we have here. So we'll go ahead and grab another Swashbuckler. Yeah. Not a very exciting pack otherwise. Okay, this card's been pretty disappointing too. And in a format this aggressive, it's been kind of a liability that it does not block. Like, it is fixing, which we need, but I might just take Devoted Paladin here instead. It's not a bad top curve to have. I mean, I like the Unicorn more, but we don't have any of those. So we'll go ahead and take the Paladin here. Okay. One Ranger Squadron at the top isn't bad either, but I also like the Dusk Guard enough that I think I'd just take it here. Oh, Dragon's Fire and Kobold Warcaller. I want them both. Can I have them both? We don't have that much removal. As much as I like the Warcaller, I'm a little tempted here to take Dragon's Fire. We also have some cards that buff it up. Yeah, I'm going to take Dragon's Fire. Aha! We get a Warcaller anyway. There's also Stick Together, and I did actually have someone finally blow me out with this, but it's still so hard to set up that I'll pass on that. So I did get blown out by it once, though, where my opponent kept... Well, it basically was like Dune Blast. They blew up my whole board and saved one creature of theirs. And when that happens, it feels great, but we will take a dragon here. Not gonna... I mean, we already have a Sellsword. Not really planning on playing the one we have, so I'll take the Cleric. Might not make the cut either, but... Yeah, I mean, the Warcaller is definitely good. Yeah. Bunch of nonsense. So I think we probably can splash Asterion. I don't think we want to also splash the Wand. We didn't end up with that much evasion, for one thing. So yeah. So no Wand. Just Asterion as our splash. How many ways to make treasure do we have? Should I even be splashing Asterion? We actually don't have that many, which is concerning. We've got 2 Extraordinaires and an Improvised Weaponry, if this is what we have our deck look like. And that's not awesome. A Pilgrim's Eye mixed in somewhere would have been nice. Maybe we just can't splash Asterion. Thank you for the follow, Dark Obscurity. Yeah, the Wand, you know, it's good, but yeah, it's not quite as bomby as I expected. It's pretty clunky in a format like this one. Like 6 mana to get it on something can be rough. No fixing, or not enough fixing. The upside, you know, I do have 2 specialized creatures that can cash in Asterion if we don't have our mana. But it is a little annoying. For that reason, I may actually run Young Red Dragon. Because I only really want to run 1 Swamp, I think, and like 9 red sources and 7 white sources. That seems fine. Yeah. The Naga might get the Axe. Dawnbringer Cleric's also not anything special in this deck. Yeah, so we cut that. So, Naga. Yeah. I think we have enough top curve otherwise that I'm okay with cutting the Naga. I could cut like the Barbarian, and maybe I do. Yeah. It's like we have plenty of 2-drops. This is our worst one for sure. Yeah. All right. I think this should work. I think Asterion is worth the splash. You know, a lot of the time it just ends the game when it comes down. And yeah. So that should be our deck. I wonder if we just go straight up like 7-0 in this draft if we hit 250, or higher. Probably, I guess. It is tricky, though. I mean, you move up more slowly than you move down. So if we lose, we probably drop like 200 spots, and if we win, we move up like 30, in my experience. So it's tricky. Even going like 6 and 3, while probably it's probably just like a wash, like in terms of rank, which is sad. Like 6 and 3 should feels like that should give you a net gain, but you basically you need to do better than that to do well. Thank you for the follow, Perixion. Okay, kind of a strange hand in terms of how slow it is, but we have a Battlecry Goblin removal spell and a Asterion, so if we make treasure, we know what we're using it for, probably. Isn't it great when you draw your turn 2 thing, you know? Feels good. Alright, I'll play Battlecry Goblin here. The only downside about playing a Battlecry Goblin on turn 2 is like all the removal that can kill it. We do have an attack here. Ooh, interesting. So I was thinking I could play the Warcaller, attack and buff my Goblin, but now I think we just get Ambergris out there immediately and attack. Yeah. Unfortunately, one more power would actually get us there on making a Goblin token, but, you know, we'll just play Ambergris. We are not going to discard just yet, but we're not that far from it, you know. If you have a low enough curve, like if I can cast both of these and then discard Asterion to specialize, like, that feels pretty good. Okay, well, so I think we go Dragon's Fire on the officer. Buff the Goblin. Attack with both. We're not going to discard. Yeah, unfortunately, they do just have a free block on the token, but we got in for 6, so I'm okay, I think. So, like, play Warcaller, specialize Ambergris. Oh, yeah, I think that's where we're going to go here. Because we can kill Lulu on an attack once we, Ambergris. I have to hold on. I do have to hold on to 3 cards. So, yeah, I think that means we play Warcaller. And then we specialize. I said we could discard Asterion, and here we are. That's what we're going to do. Then we're going to attack. So we've already discarded 1 card. Now we discard 2 more. We drew lands, which is a little sad, but we also killed Lulu, so I think we're okay with it overall. Okay. Don't draw your black for Asterion, just discard it. Turn your Ambergris into a removal spell. We actually moved up a bunch there. Interesting. Like 100 spots. I'll take it. Feels like in the past, I guess when I was lower in Mythic, it seemed like it was going up more slowly. Yeah, that was a very smooth game. We really never had anything to worry about. Every time our opponent did a thing, we just dealt with it and damaged them at the same time. Kind of doubt they're all like that, but you know, who knows? Okay, pretty good hand. Good old Ambergris. I've loved that card. Like I said, I don't... It's a candidate for best uncommon in the set, in my estimation. You know... Yeah. Monk of the Open Hand. So, you know, giving haste to double teamers is pretty sweet. Aww. I wonder if they were really willing to trade their monk. I would have been down. So I think we play Hobgoblin Captain because next turn we play an Ambergris. It is tempting to play the Rabble Rouser. If only because it's more likely we get to double team. But there's a lot of things they could play here that don't allow us to double team. So I think we just play the Captain because we can give it first strike next turn. We're also pretty willing to just sacrifice an Ambergris for the cause here, since we know we have another one. And I think that's what we're going to do. Ambergris is going to die. Ooh, I almost clicked take action. That would have been bad. I don't really want to discard my hand. Yet. This game already not going as smoothly, obviously. Our opponent is casting some real stuff. We would have liked a monk. And we also would have liked Patriarch's Humiliation if we could have made that happen. So if they don't play anything here... Okay, they do play a thing. I don't love playing Ambergris and attacking here. I could just attack with the Hobgoblin Captain and then play Ambergris and plan on doing something else with Ambergris later. That seems like a better option. I mean, if I play Ambergris, it will kill their Stalwart. But it's not something I have to do here, so I don't think I'm going to. I think we just attack with Hobgoblin Captain, offer them the trade. I didn't think they were going to take it. And then... yeah, we'll just play an Ambergris here. Not getting to attack is sad, but, you know. Thank you for the follow, Blackjack. We could specialize, but neither the red nor the white one is that good on this current board state. The white one pumps our other creatures, and the red one just damages our opponent. The black one is by far the one that seems the most busted to me. Like, that's why it was nice to actually get it going there. I probably... maybe kill this walrus. Magic. This card is pretty sweet when you're trying to ramp. You, like, play it, and so you're like, okay, I need a 6th land, and then it scries you into that land. It's a good time. Okay. More mana would be cool. I haven't even really had a window to make a treasure token. Otherwise, I would have. There's a pretty good chance they can make their walrus or something indestructible. I'm sort of thinking about attacking first here and seeing if they use the indestructibility trick, and if they do, using Dragon's Fire. Yeah, I think that seems fine. I'm going to decline. Okay, or I'll just get in for 6. That works. Do I still want to kill that walrus? I kind of think we do, but I am worried they have the Hippogriff. So maybe... Is it just better to play another Hobgoblin Captain and then maybe transform this next turn and then they get absolutely massive? Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Hopefully they don't ramp into anything too scary here. That's pretty scary. Yep, should have killed the walrus. We don't know for sure that we could have killed it, but yeah, now Ambergris is dead. Bye-bye, Ambergris. The good news is, I can still attack with the other two, and they're 3/1s with first strike when they attack together. So, that is good news. Probably have to Dragon's Fire. Interesting. Really? Okay. Alright, finally drawing a fourth land is nice, because now we can do a wider variety of things. The white Ambergris pumps your other creatures. +X, where X is equal to the number of cards you discarded this turn. Yeah, we kind of have to kill the Evokers, unfortunately. But it's, again, a question of... They keep leaving up 1 white mana, and that is definitely an alarm bell situation in this format. Alright. So. Let's attack. See what happens here. It's sad, but I kind of think we just have to let this happen. And hope we can kill the Evokers. I think we have what we need in our hand to close this game out. But it does come down to whether or not they have the Indestructibility Hippogriff here. If they have it, I'm not sure we can win, but we'll see. Oh my god, they bluffed us. Okay. Interesting. So, we probably had much better options than I thought we did. I mean, that's a good bluff in this format, and you do have to respect it, because if you don't, you get destroyed. But they didn't have it, so... The dragon might actually be able to close out the game for us. Ooh. So I could make this a 3/3, attack with both, and get first strike. I also have the Naga to deal with the walrus if I want to. Yeah, I think we go this route. Okay, I'm a little suspicious. Since they were just, like, checking that out. Is it worth getting the first strike? Is it better to get first strike or another copy of the Rabble Rouser? I mean, I want both. I'm greedy. Let's do it. Looks like we get both. Nice. Something might be dying to the destroy target attacking creature card, but... Morning, Wispon. Wow. What do you have? The +1/+1 to your whole team thing? That wouldn't be that good. So it's got to be something better than that. Rally maneuver. Okay. That is not good. Yeah, they just blew us out with that. Okay. We are still at 14. But things did just get a lot sketchier. The downside of just buffing my creature like that was that, yeah, I had no way to respond to anything. Okay. I think we play our second Rabble Rouser. And then just leave mana up for Guardian Naga. / Young Red Dragon, if that's what presents itself to us. Two, three, four, five. Yeah, if I draw a land plus the treasure, I could just play the Naga, which seems pretty good. Alright. So I think I blocked the Walrus. I want them to use a trick again, since I can blow them out with the Naga. Do it. Use your trick. Yeah. Indestructibility doesn't save their creature, I guess. Yeah. Okay. That feels a little better, right? Oh, that feels a lot better. Okay. Yeah. So let's play Battlecry Goblin. Use its ability. Too bad both my Hobgoblin captains have fallen in the line of duty, but attack them for 4. If they can kill my Goblin here, it's going to be a little annoying, and it looks like they probably can. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. So I think we just play Devoted Paladin and attack here. Drop them to 5. You know, I might play in the open if I get securely in the top 250, because then I won't really want to play anymore. So, and we're getting close. But if I do play in it, I don't know that I'll stream it. I have to decide that. Maybe I will and just turn on a delay and not really be good at the streaming part of streaming. Because, you know, making sure I'm interacting with chat and all of that, once the stakes are that high, is tough. I also don't love the way the Arena Open works. Generally speaking, just because it has such a huge entry fee and your chances of actually doing well are pretty low. Yeah, I could also record it. That's the other option. That is the other option. This is a very slow hand, but I do think we keep it. We'd have the Ambergris Asterion combo again. Okay, we got a 2-drop. That's good. It's actually one that's pretty good with Swashbuckler, too. Oh, there's our friend Battlecry Goblin. I think we actually hold off on playing it. Because on turn 4... Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we play it. We can play Ambergris next turn and have Pack Tactics ready to go. And then the turn after that, we can play Battlecry Goblin, buff both, and attack. Yeah, the black one is definitely the best of the bunch. Having an attack trigger that reloads your hand and is a removal spell? Pretty impressive. That's less than ideal. But it does open them up for our attack that we wanted to make anyway. So. Ooh. I don't like that. Not a whole lot I can do about it, though. I could be more defensive here, but I think we just need our foot on the gas pedal. Yeah. Decline. We're just going to try to race here. I mean, the bad news is they get to play another one of these and Guildsworn Prowler this turn. I don't love that. But without any removal or anything in our hand, racing is definitely our best option. And this next turn, I mean, we have a pretty potent one. Especially if they have, like, one blocker or something. I kind of doubt that'll be the case. I'm imagining they'll have more, but... So our Battlecry Goblin will probably die. Or Ambergris, I don't know. Whichever one they think needs to die more. I also think to some extent the opens are a little predatory for people who, you know, will just keep entering and entering and entering, and it's like, dang. It gets expensive. I only ever do it once, and I tell myself that ahead of time so I don't fall down that rabbit hole. It's like, if I get in, I get in. Oh man, that is interesting. So they get... Okay. That is not good. Not good at all. Alright. Yeah. Problems. That does create them. We did draw a removal, which is nice, but it's not that good here. So, alright. Well, I think we still go with this plan, but we are... No, we don't. They can just kill us on the backswing now. Alright. In that case... Alright, so I think we go improvised weaponry, kill an outcast, and then we play Flaming Fist Dusk Guard. I don't like not being the most aggressive in the world. But our opponent has made it very difficult for that to continue. We're going to have to give them the 2-for-1 here, too. All their creatures can attack. Like, you know, the downside of our creatures all being small little guys is coming up right now because the best we can do is trade. If I had the time, I probably would have just tried to play Asterion, since that would really stabilize us. But we didn't have the time, really. We had to thin out their board and add a body to the board. And we would have, you know... We could have added the Battlecry Goblin, I guess. I guess I could have played the Goblin and the 3-1, but... Doesn't seem that good to me. Alright. So, we're going to get 2-for-1 here, but we kind of have to do it, I think. So we will. So if I draw a land here, I don't, so it doesn't matter. So 4, 6, 8. They can't kill me on the backswing anymore. That matters some. Yeah, I think I just attack with both of these. I could specialize her to kill Valor Singer. That doesn't seem that good to me. I think killing both of these and then playing both of these, or maybe Extraordinaire into something. But yeah, I think we attack with both. Ambergris might be dying here, but that's okay. They may also just take it, which is also okay. So they could drop me to 1 if I don't play any blockers at all here. It's just you, Scummy Sammy. It's, whatchamacallit, confirmation bias. Yeah. So let's play Battlecry Goblin and Rabble Rouser. Trying to stabilize here. Those things just happen in Magic sometimes, all in a row. And it's not something exclusive to Arena. So, we're like a couple turns away from actually playing Asterion. We'll see if that ever happens, but... Alright, we've got a pretty potent attack here thanks to Battlecry Goblin and friends. I think I just take 5 if they attack me. Yeah, I just take 5. We go to 5. Okay, well this is interesting. So... So, I could pump all 4 mana into both of these, which would make this a 5-2. And I would actually want to wait until we make the token. The only problem with doing that is how hard I die on the backswing, and it's not like they have to block everything. They do have to block something. So I don't really know that we can afford to put all of our mana into them. The other option is playing the Extraordinaire, attacking, sacking the treasure, and giving double strike to Battlecry Goblin, and then only buffing once. I mean, then they have to block even more. But playing the Extraordinaire just as a blocker also seems pretty good. Yeah. Alright. I think we're just going to attack with both and buff once, and then play the Extraordinaire. We want to attack first so that we can buff the token. See how they block. I mean, there's an off chance that they just somehow decide to take this. 6-7, which would kill them. So, like if they don't realize I can buff or something. Because then, yeah, that would be lethal. Okay. Don't hate killing one of those. So I think we just buff once and then play the Extraordinaire, and then probably use the treasure next turn for Asterion. The only thing about giving it double strike would be that they wouldn't be able to kill it, but... Yeah, maybe that was just better. Play Extraordinaire first. Then I can't play Asterion next turn, but we would do so much more damage this turn that I think that would be fine, but this is still a pretty good turn. I think we should have gone the double strike route. That's how it feels anyway. So, if I can chip in for 3 this next turn, we just win when we cast Asterion. That's the upside. See what they do here. They're really not inclined to block Hobgoblin Captain since it keeps having double strike, or first strike. So just chipping in for 3. Okay, well now they kind of can block it. Do they attack us here? Seems pretty crazy if they do. Okay. 3, 4, 5. I think we probably just swing out here. So, one thing is they could find a way, they can buff their Sepulchre Ghoul big enough to block the Hobgoblin Captain. But... yeah, the only downside is I have to get in for 3 here, basically, and that's not going to be that easy. I think we swing out, though. Sacrifice 1 or more treasures. I don't think so. Because then I can't cast Asterion, so... and I think that's what we need to win. I think I misplayed the end of this game. Doing double strike up front last turn is probably just better than playing Asterion. Yeah, they're going to block enough here that... getting in for 3 won't be doable. Yeah. That's what I was concerned about. 4, 5, 6. I can get... I was going to say, if they don't block that, I can actually do lethal. So, at least there's that. I don't think we're going to be dead on the backswing. This is the good news. Because they're going to have to give up some bodies here. Well, I guess I only have to give up 1. Yeah, that's probably what they'll do. Sack the Warcaller, kill our captain. Yeah. Yeah. Did I need to attack here? Maybe not. And we're going to be in some trouble on the backswing if we're not careful. I don't think I played this game very well, but... drop him to 3. We didn't gain any life, so... kind of have to block Sepulchre Ghoul. So, I will gain some life, but yeah, it's not... I think just hanging back was better, and even more than that, I think playing Extraordinaire and giving Double Strike to Battlecry Goblin was just better. They wouldn't have had a good block, and then I would have been able to attack with it again this turn and buff my whole board again. So yeah, didn't pick the best line. And we may lose because of it. Nice. Now it has first strike. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I think we're dead. Because we have to block it. And now Asterion isn't going to gain us any life. The Death Touch isn't going to matter either. So... we're going to need something pretty amazing off the top. Okay, well, I mean, playing 2 bodies will keep us alive, nothing else. Can I find a way to win despite my poor play? Let's find out. I was really hoping we'd get in for 3 there. Them playing Sepulchre Ghoul really ruined our lives on that turn because it gave them... and it's what I said they were probably going to do. I just sort of hoped they wouldn't. The Rabble-Rousers are no joke once they're together like this. That's the upside here that we have. Block with a token. Yeah. So I think that means we lose. Hold on to the card in our hand and maybe keep them from attacking us. Wonder how far we'll drop with a loss. Seems like it's usually a significant amount. I'm sorry, Battlecry Goblin. I let you down. I guess if we draw our other Ambergris, that could be pretty sweet. But I'd rather have a white card for that situation right now. I think maybe they can just swing out here and kill us unless they're afraid. Like that I have an actual card in my hand. Yeah. I mean, they only have to get in for 5, so... So, can force a sack there at least. Yeah, damage gets in no matter how we slice it. I don't know if we could have won that game either way, but the better... Yeah, down to 420. The better route to take was definitely the double strike Battlecry Goblin. They wouldn't have been able to block and kill it. It was tricky, though. I mean, we were both at such low life, like, so much of the later part of that game, that attacking for enough, but also not dying on the backswing was a tricky sort of balance, but regardless, I think I took the wrong route. And then I think I made it worse. I shouldn't have attacked with everything and hoped I got in for 3. With the Stereon. So I think I had back-to-back turns where I did not pick the optimal move. Just like playing a Stereon probably was good enough. So, you know, to help us out in the situation without hoping Asterion would kill them. This was what people are saying in the YouTube comments right now, by the way. Not right now, but in the future. Okay. Works for me. It's definitely a little clunky, but we're on the play, and we can kill a thing. So, you know, having like we have like 2 5s and 2 6s, and... Yep. We have a bunch of removal. You know, that'll work. Not the start you want this deck to have after seeing our first couple games. Okay, so... leaning towards improvised weaponry. I know they get a Sapperling, but there's a few things that does for us. One is that if I draw a land next turn, I can play Pegasus Guardian and get a 1/1 right away. And it keeps them from ramping. But yeah, it does hurt a little to use removal this way, but I think it's what we want to do. If I can play Pegasus Guardian and get a 1/1 next turn, that's pretty good. If we don't draw a land, we're in a little more trouble, but... $298. Is that going to end up being the closest we got to the top 250? Who knows? There's a very real chance that they have Patriarch's Humiliation here, which would be really sad for our Pegasus Guardian. If that is in fact what we do with our turn here, it would be very sad. what they're doing. Okay. I could go more conservative here if I'm worried about humiliation and play our paladin. I still hold on to the treasure. I can start blocking these things on the ground. It's not bad. They could be bluffing for sure. But I think playing around it is fine here. Yeah. Let's just play the paladin. It doesn't pressure them quite as much. But the reason, you know, if they don't have white mana up, I can at least get a 1/1 token out of this before they humiliation it. But if I paid 6 to cast this, and they have humiliation, we wouldn't lose the game on the spot, but our opponent's chances of winning will go way up if we do that, because it's just such a massive blowout of 6 mana versus 1 mana. So okay, so they're looking to buff their stuff, which is cool, but because I can kill Minthara relatively easily, not that worried about it. I do have to have her get big enough for her to die. They don't have white up now, so I think we probably do play Pegasus Guardian here. The only downside is I won't have double red for the Fireball. I could just Fireball Minthara here instead. But if she gets 1 toughness bigger anyway, 1 power bigger anyway, and she will, I can kill her with Guiding Bolt. So, yeah. Hello, Echo Zero. Thanks for the resub. Do I attack? I think we do. All right. Then we'll play our Guardian. So yeah, I'll be able to Guiding Bolt her in the relatively near future. The only scary thing is you can have multiples of these. There's sort of a catch-em-all payoff. And that if you get multiples, they get better. Alright, so I do think we block Pilgrim's Eye with the token, and then we take 5. Guiding Bolt plus Hobgoblin Captain is not a bad turn. Wonder if they're deciding whether they want to make their creature indestructible or something. Okay. Well, that hurts. Hopefully we can kill her. There's a chance that we can't. Like if they have, you know, the nonsense they often have, the indestructibility trick. But we don't really have a choice anymore. Like, we can't really play around that. So, we're going to try to Guiding Bolt her. It worked. Don't want either of those. Thank you, though. Thanks for offering. So, let's hope they don't have another one. And just attack for 7 here. We can Fireball the other one, but only after this Saproling hits us for, like... I guess it only has an intensity of 3. I can live with that. Play our Hobgoblin Captain. 3, 4, 5, 6. So they are 1 mana away from being able to play the Lenorm, which is not good. But We do have a pretty good board, and some reach in our hand in the form of the fireball. Ooh. That is bad. I can't give them Dragon's Fire. They could cast it right away. I have to give them the fireball. I certainly jinxed myself there, I think. When I'm like, we have the fireball, we'll be fine. I guess I can force them to block with the Devourer here and get it back. Depending on what else they do with their turn. Never mind. Okay. Let's play a Valor Singer here. Fireball is in our future. I almost don't want to buff Hobgoblin Captain because I want them to block with the Devourer so I can kill it and get our Fireball back. So I think I'm actually going to buff Pegasus Guardian instead. Yeah. Like, I want them to block with this Intellect Devourer and think that that's an okay thing for them to do. Yeah. Looks like they're just going to go to 3, which I think makes sense. I was going to say, I wouldn't hate if they blocked with something else here. Okay. The good news is Fireball does cost 5 mana. I'm guessing they're going to want to use it on our Guardian because it can fly over the Lenorm. But they can't do both. I mean, it'll take some work on their part to manage to do both. And if they just play the Lenorm, they're kind of in trouble. And if they just play Fireball, they're kind of in trouble. So that's the upside here. They do have 8 mana. Yeah, 8 mana. All right. They dropped a 4. So you got to kill something else, too. And they do. We are going to force a block here on our Hobgoblin Captain, I guess. Okay, another body is nice. So yeah, we make the Intellect Devourer block here. I think we actually pump the Hobgoblin Captain because it's a force block. If I pump them each individually, it's not, so... And they go to 2. And then we play Dusk Guard and leave up Dragon's Fire. And then just playing the dragon isn't going to be enough. Because they're going to be at 2. All 3 of our creatures will be lethal. We still have Dragon's Fire if they decide to play something small instead of the... Well, they kind of have to play a couple of small things or they're dead. Just playing the dragon won't do it. Oh. Well, that will do it. Dang. Not that many cards that can get you out of a situation like this one, but that's one of them. Okay. Alright, Asterion's nice. Flaming Fist Dust Card is such a bad attacker here. So bad. Okay, let's buff Valor Singer. I guess I still attack with the Dust Guard. They have to block all three of them. They have to give up 2 creatures to block that. To kill it, anyway. 3 to block this. Ooh, they're going to give up a bunch to block. I like it. So they're only going to hold on to one thing. I could Dragon's Fire to keep Valor Singer alive. But I think just playing Asterion is probably good enough. Yeah. Take that. I've seen the Horn. It's pretty good, obviously, and you know, it's good all game long. But in situations like the one we had our opponent in, there's like a handful of cards that saved them, and that was one of them. So they have to find enough bodies here again, that they don't lose. And we have Dragon's Fire to blow away a small blocker. They could definitely have 2 blockers here. That's for sure. That would appear to be 1 blocker. I mean, alright, now they have 2. Well, that's bad. That's not great either. This shirt is one of the Pride ones for Magic that Wizards of the Coast makes. It's from like last year's Pride thing. Not 100% sure you can just buy it. Okay. Do we still have improvised weaponry? No. Alright, we do go ahead and do this. Ambergris. So, First Strike plus Dragon's Fire is pretty spicy. So is... yeah. The only problem is I kind of have to kill the Guildsworn Prowler before I attack. There's just not a good attack to be had here. And that is bad, because they're going to continue to build out their board this next turn. I guess just attacking with Asterion's not bad. And also Dragons firing Guildsworn Prowler first. So, yeah. They do have to block it. And they have to kill it too if they don't want me to gain 1,000,000 life. And then I have Ambergris with haste for next turn. Yeah, so let's go ahead and Dragon's Fire the Prowler. They do get to draw a card. The Lenorn is coming, but as long as I have 2 bodies to go around it, it doesn't matter. And I will have 2 bodies to go around it, so... So I think they block with Devoted Paladin here. We go up to 12. We just have to let Asterion die, unfortunately. We want them to cast a Lenorn at this point, frankly. We just want them to slam a big creature. Especially if we can get some value out of Ambergris, but... Yeah... No, stop playing multiple bodies. God. What a nightmare. Oh, how much mana do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 1 mana shy of being able to play all of this stuff. So we can't block the Lenorm, and then they can buff it with this. So it'll be able to hit us for 10. And then we'll be forced to block, like, Wilson and stuff, too. So I think we lost. They just kept having enough to stave off defeat. Wait a second. No, that's not enough. Ambergris does damage our opponent for each card we've discarded, but we're only discarding 1. And that is not enough, in case you haven't done the math. I can block the Lenorn, I guess, with my Warriors of Tiamat. That's a thing. What happens here if I just wait a turn? Do I die? Because if I wait a turn, Ambergris can ping them down to kill them. So... I can't block this, and it's going to be able to swing for at least 10. I can block this, but it has trample. Hit us for at least 1. Man. Okay. So I think we play Warriors of Tiamat and cross our fingers. I guess that's all we can do. Why am I only discarding 1 card? If only I had had another card in my hand. Oh yeah, if they give this lifelink, I guess we're toast entirely. Yeah. Dang, these last 2 games have been rough. I don't think I played this one poorly, at least. I think it just, you know. They had Horn of Valhalla. What am I supposed to do? Yeah, if I could have survived a turn, that would have been nice for Ambergris. Yeah, so now they have life. Oh, they didn't go with lifelink. Interesting. But I guess that is lethal because it has menace now. Yeah. No horn. So they do force me to double block, which probably means we lose. I could just take this. As wild as that is. That might give us our best chance. I mean, we go to 1. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We go to 1. But that's definitely our best option. There's probably a trick to finish us off, but we have basically no way to win otherwise. So I think this is our best choice. Because if we have to double block Wilson, we lose for sure. So, yeah. They got us. Rough. If only I'd held on to 1 more card. Yeah, now we're all the way down to 683. Got up to 298 earlier. Now we're at 683. Yeah, I guess we had a Fireball somewhere in our deck still, didn't we? That may have been a better line. Although, yeah, the Fireball would have done it. But I think we had enough of a chance of not dying that going all out and hoping we hit our Fireball is... we wouldn't have been able to cast the Fireball, though, so... First 2 games of this deck were so good. I am looking forward to Dominaria United. Should be fun. I'm hoping it's more popular than the last 2 sets, because the last 2 sets not being as popular hasn't been great for me. I think it will be. I mean, it's a Dominaria set. The fall set is almost never a dud. They plan it that way, I guess. I don't know. What a horrible hand. Much better. See, I jinxed myself when we got to like 298. I was like, maybe I will play in the open. Here we are. I mean, the dragon and the captain are pretty nice together. Maybe it's just the paladin. As much as I like the paladin, I think holding on to the removal is better. Ambergris off the top would have been nice right there. Alright, so we're gonna pass. Sucks that that 3rd game is probably one I threw away. I don't think the 2nd loss was, but... just what you want to see. Probably just have to fireball that thing. And we'll be able to, thanks to this treasure. Yeah. See you later. Doesn't feel good, though. Feeling like our last... You know, those first 2 games were so dominant. Feeling pretty good, but... Extraordinaire. Double strike on Hobgoblin Captain. Now isn't nearly as good. That is what I was thinking I would do, but yeah, now that they've played a Paladin, I feel less happy about that. It's a liability to play this thing that can't block, but I think we're going to do it. Sort of just accept we're going to take a big hit here. Yeah, if this draft had gone well, we definitely would have gotten into the top 250. We're just going to take it. God, Shambling Gas makes Hobgoblin Captain very sad. Be cool if I could just, like, find lethal out of nowhere here, but I just can't. I can do a bunch, like 9, but that's not enough. This can't block anyway, so we'll send it in with Double Strike. We're not quite dead, but we basically are. Like, we're dead to a lot here. Always kind of sad when you have a draft start off 2-0. Yeah, now we're dead. And then you go 2-3. Is 298 going to be our high water mark? Maybe, since we went from 298 to 853 with those 3 losses in a row. Rough. That's pretty rough. Yeah, I think the deck did underperform some. Like I said, I do think I basically threw away our first loss. The other 2, not so much. I think we did what we needed to. We took the best lines we could in those other 2 games, and it just didn't work out.